The San Francisco Bay, a vast expanse of water cradled by the California coastline, holds its secrets close. It's a place where the fog rolls in thick and heavy, obscuring the line between reality and illusion, a place where legends are born and mysteries linger. On June 11, 1962, a thick, impenetrable fog descended upon ALCATRAZ Island, a natural cloak for a night that would become infamous. The fog, a constant companion of the island, seemed to conspire with the darkness, adding an extra layer of mystery to the events that unfolded. 3 men were gone, vanished into the night. They had vanished from a place no one was ever supposed to leave, a fortress surrounded by treacherous waters and guarded by an army of men. ALCATRAZ was considered escape-proof, a symbol of the unyielding power of the American justice system. The question that haunts us to this day is this: did they succumb to the bay's icy grip, their bodies lost forever in its depths? Did the unforgiving currents and the hypothermia claim them as victims? Or did they defy all odds and pull off the impossible, outsmarting the system and achieving the ultimate act of rebellion? The escape from ALCATRAZ is more than just a prison break. It transcends the boundaries of a simple crime story. It's a modern myth, a tale of audacity and ingenuity that has captured the world's imagination. It's a testament to the unyielding human desire for freedom, the innate drive to overcome even the most insurmountable obstacles. The prison itself was a fortress, a symbol of confinement and control, surrounded by frigid, fast-moving currents that seemed to dare anyone to attempt an escape. It was meticulously designed to crush any thought of escape, to instill a sense of hopelessness in the hearts of its inmates. The 1962 escape shattered that carefully constructed reputation forever, exposing the vulnerability of even the most secure institutions. It left a permanent crack in its impenetrable facade, a reminder that even the most formidable structures can be breached. This is the story of that crack, the story of how 3 men dared to challenge the impossible. It's a journey into the minds of Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, men who dared to dream of freedom and meticulously planned their audacious escape. Did these 3 men truly conquer the unconquerable, defying the odds and achieving the impossible? Or did the cold, dark waters of the San Francisco Bay ultimately claim them, swallowing their dreams and their lives? The silence of the bay, broken only by the cries of seagulls and the lapping of waves, offers no easy answers, leaving us to ponder the enduring mystery of ALCATRAZ. ALCATRAZ was more than a prison. It was an island of despair, a rock in the churning waters of the San Francisco Bay that held America's most notorious criminals. It was a symbol, a stark, unyielding symbol of justice, or perhaps retribution. A place where society's outcasts were banished, far from the reach of civilized life. Opened in 1934, ALCATRAZ quickly gained a reputation as the most secure prison in the United States. It was America's answer to the gangster era, a time when organized crime ran rampant and the streets were plagued by violence. ALCATRAZ was designed as a place for the worst of the worst, the unmanageable, the incorrigible, the men deemed too dangerous for any other institution. The rules were brutally simple, a reflection of the brutal men who resided within its walls. 1 man to a cell, a stark existence designed to break the spirit. Strict silence, enforced to prevent communication and collaboration between inmates. The only sounds were the clang of metal doors and the distant foghorns. Minimal privileges. Every aspect of life was controlled, from mealtimes to recreation, designed to strip away any sense of autonomy. Inmates could hear life from San Francisco, the sounds of freedom carried across the water, a constant, torturous reminder of what they'd lost, a life just out of reach, separated by the cold, unforgiving bay. The main cell house was a cage within a cage, a labyrinth of steel and concrete designed to contain the most dangerous men in America. Surrounded by walls thick and imposing, a physical barrier against escape. Guard towers manned day and night providing constant surveillance, and the unforgiving sea a natural barrier that seemed impossible to overcome. 14 escape attempts, a testament to the desperation and ingenuity of the men confined within. 36 men dared to challenge the rock, to defy the odds and attempt the impossible. Almost all failed, ending in recapture or death in the icy waters. The frigid water, averaging 50 to 55 degrees, was the ultimate guard, a deterrent more effective than any wall or weapon. Life inside was a monotonous grind, a relentless cycle of meals, work, and confinement, designed to erode the human spirit, to break down even the most hardened criminals. The guards were vigilant, ever watchful, knowing that even a moment of carelessness could have dire consequences. The surveillance constant, every movement monitored, every conversation overheard, the atmosphere oppressive, a heavy weight that pressed down on every inmate. This was the world Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers were determined to conquer, a world that had broken so many others. They weren't just fighting locks and guards, they were battling against a system designed to crush hope. They were challenging the legend of Alcatraz itself, a legend built on the shattered dreams of countless inmates. To even conceive of escape required intelligence, a sharp mind capable of analyzing weaknesses and exploiting opportunities, patience, the ability to endure the monotony and wait for the perfect moment, and nerve, the unwavering courage to risk everything for a chance at freedom. Their story begins in the heart of this fortress within the cold, unforgiving walls of Alcatraz. The escape was orchestrated by Frank Lee Morris, a quiet, calculating mind. Orphaned young, Morris developed a sharp intellect and a reputation as a gifted escape artist. He'd escaped other prisons before landing on the Rock for bank robbery. His partners John and Clarence Anglin, loyal brothers and seasoned bank robbers from Florida. Skilled with their hands, the Anglins had also tried to escape other prisons. Alan West, a car thief, rounded out the crew. Their adjacent cells made collaboration possible. Morris was the strategist, the Anglins, the craftsman, West, the extra set of hands. United by desperation and trust, they worked in secret for months. In the suffocating environment of Alcatraz, their project became a silent rebellion, a refusal to accept their fate. The plan, meticulously crafted, was a work of genius. It was more than just an escape attempt. It was a testament to human ingenuity under the most extreme circumstances. It was born from months of painstaking observation, relentless planning, and sheer innovation. Every detail was considered, every contingency accounted for, as much as humanly possible within those cold, unforgiving walls. The men, confined within their cells, discovered the concrete around their cell vents, a seemingly insignificant weakness in their fortress. They noticed it was weakened by years of relentless exposure to the salt air, a constant reminder of their island prison. The salty breeze, usually a symbol of freedom, was now their unlikely ally. With unwavering determination, they chipped away at the walls bit by bit, day after day, slowly widening the openings, expanding their path to potential freedom. This allowed them to access a forgotten utility corridor, a hidden passage offering a glimmer of hope. Everyday items were transformed into essential tools. Spoons were fashioned nail clippers, and even a fan motor was ingeniously turned into a makeshift drill. To mask the sounds of their clandestine activities, they dug during music hour, using the noise to their advantage. They were always careful hiding their progress, ensuring their secret remained safe. They did this with fake wall sections and meticulously crafted duplicate grills. Their most ingenious creation was the decoy heads, a critical element of their deception. These were painstakingly sculpted from soap and toothpaste and adorned with real hair, gathered and saved over time. These decoys were strategically placed in their beds to fool the guards during nighttime checks. But the final and perhaps most daunting challenge was escaping the island itself. Over many months, with incredible stealth, they managed to steal more than 50 raincoats. Carefully piecing them together, they began constructing their means of escape. This involved creating a 6x14-foot inflatable raft and equally important functional life vests. They ingeniously vulcanized the seams using the hot steam pipes from the prison's heating system. All of this intricate work was carried out in a secret workshop, hidden from prying eyes. This clandestine operation was located atop the cell block, a risky but necessary location. Every step was a gamble, a roll of the dice with their lives on the line. Every tool they used represented a risk, a potential discovery that could unravel their entire plan. Their elaborate plan relied entirely on these homemade tools, crafted from the most unlikely of materials. It also depended on stolen materials, acquired through cunning and opportunity. Above all, it required nerves of steel, an unwavering resolve in the face of overwhelming odds. It was audacious, a daring challenge to the seemingly impenetrable fortress, and it was executed under the constant threat of discovery, with guards patrolling and watching their every move. The risk was astronomical: 6 months of living a double life. One misstep could mean solitary or worse. The dummy heads were a masterstroke, buying precious hours. Guards saw what they expected: sleeping men. The escape wasn't discovered until morning. The men exploited routine and complacency, understanding the system's weaknesses. They muffled sounds, disposed of concrete dust, and communicated in code. Their ingenuity extended to manipulating work details for access to materials. The psychological pressure was immense, but their focus never wavered. Their escape was a mental masterpiece as much as a physical one. June 11, 1962. The night was chosen for its thick, obscuring fog. Final preparations were tense. Alan West couldn't remove his vent grill and was left behind. Morris and the Anglins squeezed through their openings into the utility corridor. They climbed pipes to their secret workshop, gathered their gear, and broke through a rooftop ventilator. Outside, they scrambled down a 50-foot vent pipe, masked by fog and the power plant's noise. Navigating the yard, they avoided searchlights and patrols, cut through 2 fences, and reached a secluded beach. Here, they faced their final guard, the San Francisco Bay. At the water's edge, they inflated their homemade raft using a modified bellows. The city lights beckoned, but the danger was immense. Sometime after 10 p.m., under cover of darkness, the 3 men pushed their raft into the icy water. They vanished into the fog. The most dangerous part of their journey had just begun. Would they reach freedom or disappear forever? The escape wasn't discovered until the morning head count. A guard prodded a dummy head. Chaos erupted. ALCATRAZ went on lockdown. A massive manhunt began. Investigators found the holes, fake grills, and secret workshop. Alan West, left behind, revealed the entire plot. The search expanded to the bay and beyond. Clues washed ashore: a raincoat bag with personal items on Angel Island, a deflated life vest, a paddle. No sign of the raft or the men. The bay gave up possessions, but not bodies. The FBI kept the case open for 17 years, finally concluding the men drowned. The lack of bodies was unsurprising for the bay, yet doubts lingered. Could such meticulous planners have failed? The manhunt ended, but the mystery had just begun. The official story: the men drowned, the bay their executioner. ALCATRAZ closed less than a year later, the escape its final chapter. But rumors persisted: sightings, postcards, and family claims of contact. On his deathbed, a brother claimed he'd been in touch with John and Clarence for decades. In the 2010 new evidence surfaced: a photo from Brazil, allegedly showing the Anglins, and a letter to police from John Anglin. Forensic analysis was inconclusive. DNA from the letter didn't match family. The FBI briefly reopened the case, but the trail went cold again. Was it a hoax or a desperate message from a man on the run? The evidence was compelling enough to fuel speculation, but not to solve the mystery. The enigma of ALCATRAZ endures. Decades later, the fate of Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers remains unsolved. The debate rages: did they perish in the bay or escape to freedom? Science and logic say they drowned. The bay is unforgiving, but their ingenuity and the clues left behind suggest otherwise. The discovery of personal effects on Angel Island hints at a planned route. The Brazil photo and mysterious letter add intrigue. The story lets us choose our ending: cold facts or the triumph of the human spirit. Morris and the Anglins are now legends, ghosts haunting the rock. Their tale proves that even in a place designed to kill hope, the will to be free can inspire genius. The silence of the bay remains, leaving us to wonder if 3 men truly vanished into the fog, leaving behind only a brilliant plan and an everlasting mystery.